hanging on the outside. This pocket right here is vellum, so it is fragile, but I think it just looks so neat with even nothing in it. And here is a journaling card. And to coordinate, on the next page, I did the same pocket, but in reverse. And I can't open this because I used a wax seal. It's a dragon with its tongue, breath, I don't know, dragon. But it folds open and it has 2 pockets on the inside. And this is just a scrap from the paper I had been using, and that's it. So there's just a little secret spot she can write in there. Paper to write on. And this is the other side. You know, signatures are folded, paper's folded in half. So here's the other side of it for more journaling. Music page. This is vellum right here. And I love how this vellum shows through to this, like, you know, the claws and stuff. And this is the other side where I had the 2 one-sided pages that I messed up when printing. So I just have this large journaling card, which I think coordinates so well with this, you know, vintage dragon. A little scrap of paper sitting on my desk, just glued it down and gave it a little bit of a layer there. Another scrap that I folded in half, and instead of using how I was using the vintage images and folding them in half as tabs, I just used part of this that I had cut off, the grid paper, and glued it on there, and it's actually really sturdy. A scrap of paper and a word, journaling word there. Inspirational word. Alright, and more dyed paper, and here are the runes. I just cut some of them out with some scraps of paper to kind of give it a scattered effect. And this is actually coming off the page. So this is what I was talking about. I did something a little bit different. I tried not to stay just on the page or just within the cover, having the pages sticking out the top and the side. I did not have pages sticking out the bottom. I wanted her to be able to put it vertically on a shelf. Thought she would really like that, especially with the gorgeous spine, so it could be shown there. And here is the center of, well, this is the beginning of the last signature, but here's the center of it. This I printed out on vellum. And just stuck it on there. It looks really nice. Love, love, love this image here. Never thought I was a dragon person, but when this idea was suggested to me, or this theme was suggested to me, I really, really was drawn to it. So I had a lot of fun making it. This was actually grass pieces that got stuck, and so I peeled them off, and again, you know, months and months ago. Here are some postcards that I printed on photo paper. I thought it'd be a different effect to give it shininess, and just back them with the grid paper. And this looks like a little file folder. It doesn't do anything, it doesn't move, but it's just a pocket. And this little scrap down here is just scrap that I had on my desk, and I thought it would be fun to just give a little bit of an extra jazz at the bottom. And this fiber, I was tying. I wanted to make sure it was really, this knot right here was really tight. For some reason, it became epically important to me to tie this knot most tight. And the fibers ripped, so I ripped the other side to make it match. And then I just head back to this with the grid paper. When I laid the grid paper on here, I saw that the hole was going to be, you know, stark white behind it. So I just inked that spot of the journaling card, and then I glued it down, glued the grid paper down. And I left a little bit hanging off the edges inside there. And the little pocket tuck there. Another page. This one turned out pretty dark, actually, like that. This is another awesome piece of vellum. So it's the eye here, and there's runes here. And this is so bright because I have this image on the other side, and it was white on the back, and it just shows through. I think this turned out so good. I love it. Reinforce this page here again from the book page being, or the music page being brittle. I got a rune here and one here. I just had extra on my desk and I really wanted to use them up. And I did some stenciling of textured dragon scale there. And notebook paper, copy paper, a pocket here, and this is the center. I just did some stenciling to do a bit of coordination here. And this is another one of those eyes that I printed out on photo paper. Just really gives it a different dimension and depth. Oh, and I inked the edge of it too. My hole punch was just a little bit too big, but just make it work. And that one, you see the layers of the notebook pages when they were outside drying. This is a vellum piece, so it's shown through, or it lets the back paper shine through. I love that stencil, so cool. I wonder what that stencil could be used for other than a dragon theme. I don't do snakes, so I didn't think I would ever really be into dragon stuff, but here we are. Here is that same pocket, and this was paper, the same notebook paper throughout, and a vintage image. I put a number on there, journaling space there. And that pocket again was from E from Scrapbooking with Me. Here's a longer pocket, and for the middle, it's not a belly band because it doesn't go all the way through. Like if I just had glued this side and this side, that would be considered a belly band, I think. And here's just some scraps I had on my desk. Some stenciling there, a postcard, stenciling. This is a vellum piece that I printed on, a vintage image, glued it on there. This page looked a little bit rainbowy, so I wanted to add some little things to it to give it a little, this isn't a very dark journal, but it was my take on it. And this is some runes that I had printed out all together, and I glued some of the little pieces that I had on my desk. And last but not least, here's the back page of that music, and it's a little bit darker here, and I think the colors just perfectly match, like so pretty. And the last thing I have is this dragon information that I printed out. I printed this on the aged paper that I get from Amazon, and so I had that, printed it out front and back. And then I ripped the edges to give it a rough edge, inked it, and then I just started crumpling it and smoothing it and crumpling it and smoothing it. And I just went back and forth on that over and over, and it just gave it a really neat feel. I really like it. And so, you know, if you're interested in dragons, this is an informative read that you probably already know everything about. I just thought it was a really neat inclusion to have in there. And it's removable, so if, you know, something that she doesn't want, then she can, you know, get rid of it and put what she does want in there. And this is a thick one. It got very thick very fast. So I'm starting to see that I'm going to need to be making larger spines to accommodate all the goodies. Last but not least, I was playing with my wax seals, and I just did these on parchment paper so they would come right off. And so this is I only have 2 wax seals with the dragon theme, so this is one of them. This one I colored with the silver marker, the part that's raised, colored it with a silver marker. These are really fun. The reason I did it on wax paper was so I could peel them off, and then she could use these on letters that she's sending out or just to decorate the journal further. So that one there I think is my favorite. I like how it kind of goes to like a galaxy look on the outside. But well, that is all I have for today. This is our journal, and she's going to be going to her new home in just a few hours here. So just thought I'd give a flip through, and I'll see you back here next time at Lovely's Crafting Lodge.